So you want to captain the Yugumo. Well, do you like torpedoes? Do you like surprising people? And do you like being a sneaky boy or girl? Then the Yugumo is for you. Now, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, stay notified with the bell icon so that you know when the next time I post a video. With that being said, let's get into it. The history of the Yugumo is pretty short, to be honest with you. It is the leading ship in a class called the Yugumos. It was pretty much the minor improvements from the Kagero. All it was pretty much improved on were pretty much the AA defense, because God knows that Japan did not know that AA defenses would save their lives. So, with that being said, the Yugumo just had improvements to the AA defense, even though it's not shown in Wargaming pretty much. But other than that, it's pretty much the identical thing as a Kagero, but just looks a little bit fancier, right? She was created on December 1941, and unfortunately 2 years later, right before her birthday, she was sunk. So, with that being said, let's kind of get into her actual true history. The Yugumos did participate in the Battle of Midway and other major battles, but this Yugumo only was the true Yugumo, the leading carrier of the class, or not carrier, leading destroyer of the class, was pretty much troop transport. A lot of the time it was just transporting troops from evacuation from getting overrun by the US, so most of the time it was just a troop transport. She did have one battle that we know of. She was in the Battle of, oh my goodness, I'm gonna butcher the crap out of this. Apologize ahead of time. The Battle of Vela Lavava. You just gotta act confident. Moving on. They just made up words, I swear. So that battle, she basically charged U.S. destroyers, just trying to hold off the line so that troops can evacuate. She just took multiple hits from multiple ways, from gunfire, and at least one torpedo from the USS Siegfried. So she sunk pretty fast after she was struck by that torpedo, and with that being said, she is now at the bottom of the ocean, somewhere in time. But the true thing that we're all here for is, what is she like in-game? In-game, she is one of my top 5 favorite ships. I love her to death. There are 2 ways to play with her. You can either go super aggressive or be stealthy boy. I like the stealthy boy, but we'll talk about the aggressive mode right now. What you can do is, you can use the 8-kilometer torpedoes and use the reload booster and have fun. Once again, that is kind of the suicide route, or the very aggressive route. Just don't be afraid to die, pretty much. The biggest problem with that, of course, is you don't have a smoke screen to disappear into. And if another destroyer spots you, they will chase you down because you are not that fast. But once again, it is always fun whenever you have a ship that will do multiple roles. So I've done it every once in a while where I do both the aggressive style and the sneaky boy style. I still prefer the sneaky boy because that's what I do better in. But the aggressive style has its merit, especially if you get a lineup which doesn't have much radar or carriers. Then you're in heaven. You can do a lot of damage. Now, the way I prefer to play her is playing the sneaky boy way, which is having a smoke screen, having the 12.2 kilometer torpedoes, and making sure that I have the stealth, as much stealth as I possibly can, so that I can get her down to 5.5 kilometers on detection. She is very, very good. She is the stealthiest tier 9 in the game. And with that being said, you're going to outspot everybody, which is great as long as they don't have radar or a carrier. So that's the 2 biggest things that you have to be careful of, is if there's a carrier or a radar on the flank that you're on. So you're going to be careful of those US and Soviet radars, because those are just a nightmare. So once again, her biggest downside is her speed. She's not the fastest destroyer, but she is still very sneaky. And her torpedoes are very good. They can pack a quack. Did I really just say quack? Anyways, they can pack quite a punch. Woo, that was hard to say. What I usually like to do is whenever I know that there's a certain channel or a certain area that battleships and cruisers are going to be coming down, I prefer to just use my torpedoes in that general direction to cause chaos and cause them to like show broadside or make them change their direction. That is the best way for me to get. I mean, I won't get multiple hits, but it just causes chaos, and it also helps out our team because then it's going to provide better angles potentially for the teammates behind me that I'm spotting for. Now, the biggest thing with the sneaky boy method is you do not go into the cap circle at the beginning of the game, because once again, carriers like to fly their planes over the cap circles, and radar cruisers like to use their radars in the very beginning of the game. So the longer you stay alive and undetected, the more dangerous you become, because you just can pick off low health targets that are all by themselves. Speaking of picking off low health targets, please, for the love of goodness, that is all great, use your guns. I know that they're not the best thing ever. You're not going to beat another destroyer, but if a destroyer's low or a battleship's low or a cruiser's low, don't be afraid to use your guns. They pack a powerful punch. It's just they're not the fastest reloading guns in the world. That's what you have to be careful about. If you're going to be gun battling, you got to make sure that you have a higher health pool than whatever you're facing. But use your guns. Use them to set fires. Use them to try to get rid of those damage controls. Then your torpedoes could maybe hit and cause bigger flooding. Just use your guns. It drives me up the wall whenever I see other Shimikaze and Yugumo players that do not use their guns whenever they can, and whenever they're not detected or anything like that. It just Sorry, venting mode is done. I'm off my pedestal, I promise. So, with that being said, the Yugumo is so much fun. It's a very stealthy ship, and because it's super stealthy, I rarely use my smokescreen. I feel like you can get away with it just a little bit better than a lot of other ships, I feel like. So, use your smokescreens wisely. I usually try to use my first one for protection for my cruisers behind me. So I'm a team player, I know, very rare in this game. And I use my other three as like a get out of jail free card, because if I get spotted by another destroyer, I'm going to pop my smokescreen and run towards my teammates, so that A, the destroyer won't follow me, B, I just, am safe. I try not to sit in smoke screens too much, because once again, smoke screens are a torpedo magnet and everything magnet, so I only use it whenever I know there's no torpedoes around in the area and I feel comfortable and safe. So that's kind of the general idea of what you want to do in the Yugumo is whenever you're playing the stealthy boy with the smoke screen. With that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is, as you can tell by the passion that I have, I love this ship. I do almost 100k damage in her regularly, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but at the same time, your own health pool is only 15k, so it's just so much fun. It's so much fun in this ship, and the best part is, this is like one of the few ships that you can totally change styles instantly with a few changes here and there that you don't have to like invest a lot of money into, credits wise, I mean, because all you have to do is switch back over to your 8-kilometer torpedoes and switch over from a smokescreen to a reload booster, and then you have fun. Like, that's the best part. Like, you don't have to change your captain too much. Speaking of the captain, here are the captain perks. As you can tell, just make sure you go stealthy. That's the biggest thing. Get that detection down. Both for the aggressive mode and for the have fun mode. Or, have fun mode is the aggressive mode, sorry. Have fun mode and the stealthy boy mode. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section on what ship you want me to do next for the So You Want a Captain series. Also, feel free to subscribe. Click that little bell icon so that you know whenever I post my next So You Want a Captain series so you don't miss a beat. Also, make sure to check out my Twitch channel. I stream on Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays. With that being said, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye!